So this is not really a video that I had planned on making, but I think this is something I wanted to talk about ever since I found out about it. Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. MC Mura here. Today I'm talking about the Wi-Fi indicator that we now know that Street Fighter 6 will feature. Obviously, with the release cycle of Street Fighter 6 reviews and all of that, we found out about some news that we probably haven't heard about before, like the game having some sort of battle pass for unlocking costumes it seems, and that the game does have a Wi-Fi indicator. If you don't know what this means, it pretty much means that the game will tell you if your opponent is playing wired or if your opponent is playing on Wi-Fi. And ever since this got revealed, I should say, people have been going ham online. Like in both direction. Obviously you got the people who will say, if I see this, you will never enter my tournaments. If I see this, you're insta blacklist. And you know how it goes, the ultra hardcore tough guys. And obviously you got the other end of the spectrum, people who are like, this is discrimination, this is against my human rights. And like some of the weirdest scrub quotes material that you could find online. It's actually kind of comical how hardcore people are going on this. And for me personally, before I get to talk about my own opinion on the matter, I want to talk about the truth, right? Because when we want to talk about the player base of a game like Street Fighter or any game in general, you have to realize that people are different. Right? You got the console players, you got the PC players, you got the ultra hardcore frame data studying tournament monsters, you got people who wanna be strong but they are not gonna dedicate their entire lives to doing so, you got the content creators, you got just the guy who comes after a long day of work who just wanna chill and play video games, and obviously you got like little kids. It's all over the spectrum. Like a lot of people are different, let's just put it that way, right? And the fact of the matter is not everyone is gonna bother trying to get a wired connection. If you're someone who is like ultra hardcore and you just wanna do everything in your power to gain every little bit of advantage, and we knew about this, like we have seen it during the Street Fighter 5 days with the rise of the high refresh rate monitor and all of that stuff, right? Everyone migrated to PC, especially like if you notice during Street Fighter 5, especially during the end of its life cycle, everyone who's Diamond Plus is playing on PC, high refresh rate monitor. Like I will say 85% of the player base at that bracket was doing that. And for these guys, you know, wired obviously is the way to go. I don't think anyone would intentionally hamper their gameplay experience, but you got a lot of people as well who simply, it means they want to be good, but they don't want to bother. Like they're not gonna invest that much in it. And obviously you will have the, you know, comment, the feedback of, well, you know, an Ethernet cable doesn't cost much. And while obviously Ethernet cables are very cheap, it's usually never about like them being expensive. I don't think anyone will be playing a $60 or a $70 game on a hundreds of dollar console and they don't want to buy an Ethernet cable. It usually comes down to life arrangements. For example, I'm gonna use my own personal experience as someone who is a hardcore guy. Hell, I make content on this stuff. I got a PC, I got a desktop, right? And I got a PlayStation 5. Do you think I will have two Ethernet cables running around? They're in different rooms, by the way. Do you think I'm gonna have two Ethernet cables running around the entire apartment simply to make sure that every connection I play on every console is wired? I mean, obviously that is nonsense. And sometimes when I want to be hardcore, I will be on the PC, I'm making content, I'm making videos, etc. But also other days the PC may not be available and I will be playing on my PlayStation, or maybe I am away, or maybe I am like on a hotel, whatever. Like people have different life arrangements. This usually comes down to life arrangements. It's never really about people being cheap and not wanting to buy an Ethernet cable. If you want my opinion on the matter, right? If you want my honest opinion on the matter, I think it's good to have options. If you're someone who is ultra competitive, hardcore gamer, I mean, you're not really gonna deal with these people anyways. You're likely, because Street Fighter 6 have sort of placement games, you're likely gonna place in like high diamonds or whatever, and you won't really have to deal with the Wi-Fi crowd, right? And if you're someone from the Wi-Fi crowd who is actually upset and thinks this will cause discrimination and people, they're gonna be against us, and you know, not really, no. The fact of the matter is the vast majority of the player base, The vast majority of users on console and obviously PC, they're gonna be on Wi-Fi. So you're the majority. So I think it's actually kinda stupid to see people go this ham about this topic in general, because for the most part, yeah, there's obviously a lot of good that comes out of it, and realistically, if we're being honest, there is some bad that will come out of it as well, but I don't think it will likely affect a lot of people. I think the people who are in between, who wanna play, who wanna be competitive, but due to their life arrangements, they're not gonna be able to always be on a wired connection. These are the folks who are gonna suffer. But in my experience, Street Fighter 6 have an amazing netcode, and I don't really see them like... It's honestly, from my experience, it was never an issue. I don't imagine every single game I've played on Street Fighter 6 during the betas was against a wired opponent, and I never really had any laggy games. And that's about it for today's video. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like or a comment, it helps the channel so much. I will be leaving a link to the Patreon, Discord, Twitter and Twitch pages in the description. Thank you so much for watching and stay safe.